Hi, Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. Why are men leaving the Philippines? Why do we see them moving away instead of staying? I think that's interesting. Let's talk about it.
I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance, no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
So, couple of quick housekeeping issues. Number one, if you find this interesting, please do consider subscribing and hitting that thumbs up, obviously, whether you subscribe or not. That really helps this video get out to other people. Number two, you know what? We can only tell you about our experiences, what we go through. We're retired. Well, I'm retired. My wife is a Filipina. She lived in the U.S. Also, we live here. We're property owners. We're just retired. We're simple, easygoing folks. But we have a lot of friends, and so we cover a lot of different topics. And we have a pretty darn intelligent subscriber base of subscribers and viewers. And so it always gets interesting. We love your comments, that being said. Now, why are men leaving the Philippines? Well, you know what? Let's just talk about the first one that just goes without saying, and it should just be skipped off, and that is health. Access to health care through whatever reasons you want to give for is a big issue. Yeah, healthcare is cheaper here, but when you're footing the entire bill and you're talking about having a triple bypass, it can be cheaper in the U.S. if you have Medicare. It really and truly can. If you couple Medicare on top of Medicaid, the whole nine issues. But let's put that off to the side. I don't really want to do that because I want to go into the reasons that I see. The reasons, we've had friends that have come, retired, and left. Said no. Well, I think the reasons are pretty obvious when you look at it from a global perspective. First off, the Philippines has no shortage of bloggers. Pandemic made sure of that. Everybody and their brother now came out and started blogging. We didn't start blogging until after pandemic, and we've been here since pre-pandemic. All right? But we paint these pictures. We give you such a rosy, when I say we, I'm including everybody at this point. Okay? There's so many pretty things about and attractive points about the Philippines. But then you're going to separate these people, these bloggers, from those that are going to be giving you all the beauty of the Philippines and none of the ugly. Then there are going to be people that, well, you know what? Let's just leave it at that. People just don't present all of it sometimes. There are a lot of great bloggers that are very responsible about telling it exactly as it is. And then there are some that just leave out stuff, all right? Or it's stuff that doesn't matter to them. I don't think for many of them it's intentional at all right? They have nothing to gain by luring you to the Philippines. Now, first off, for retirees, you know what? Many of the guys that have come over throughout the years, those retirees have been here before. Many of them were stationed in the Philippines, went on R&R in the Philippines, had visited the Philippines on and off because of relationships that they formed. All right? They're sort of tuned in already. Okay? They are already aware of some of the problems. And when I say problems, we're going to go into that because that's what's causing men to leave. Now, For some people that have come over, though, a lot of it has had to do with pandemic, with Philippines on YouTube nonstop. There are hundreds, it seems like, of Philippine YouTubers, and we're one of them. I mean, we're guilty of it, that's for sure. That being said, some of them are travel bloggers, so you only see the beautiful, the great, the gorgeous, okay? Some of them are people who live very standard, nice lives. And what you might consider to be a pain in the ass, they consider it to be a part of life. Okay? One of the things that many expats will tell you, if you've got 3 things to do, it's going to take you 3 days. One thing at a time, because you never know. You can walk into immigration and be there in 5 minutes and done. You can walk into immigration and spend 3 hours there based on the lines. You can go to the bank and you can be done at the bank in 10 minutes, or you can go to the bank and it's a 3-hour ordeal. So you never know. And that is not what men are used to. You see, in America, in Australia even, all right, in the UK, life is somewhat a disposable system. And what I mean by life is disposable, it means, you know something? When you go in the cupboard here at my house, of which we have a ton of excellent Tupperware, my wife has also a ton of leftover ice cream boxes and leftover containers from takeout. All right. You wouldn't do that in the U.S. Okay. I mean, you would to a certain extent, but not here. I bet I could store 30 meals before I got to real Tupperware in our containers. Okay. The point that I'm making at here is that we have a sense of instant gratification. And you're used to that. And you're used to it in Australia. You're used to it in the UK. You're used to it in America. You can have all your groceries delivered. And guess what? When you go online and you place your order for delivery, you don't hear the dreaded, "Sorry, sir, not out of stock." It comes. If it's online, it's in stock 99% of the time. Sure, there are exceptions. There's always exceptions to the rule. Okay? But 99% of the time, it's there. You don't have that here. Here, you'll get whatever they were able to put together, and they just tell you, "Sorry, sir, out of stock," when it arrives. Once in a while, if they're in a good mood, they'll contact you and say, "We don't have this, we don't have this, we don't have this." Or once in a while, you're talking and chatting directly with them, and that can take so much time. Absolutely so much time. When I go to the pharmacy, I've never had a problem going to any Walgreens, CVS, or Rite Aid, and they didn't have every single prescription in every single state that I was in. Not the case in the Philippines. And, I'm insulin dependent. And what's funny is the Philippines has an insulin crisis as well, and diabetes crisis as well. All right. And sometimes even the big guys don't have it, or they have limited stock. So I like to buy, packs of 5 of these pens, okay, of Lantus and R straight insulin, and I buy them in packs of 5, but they may only have 3 pens, okay? I don't want to have to go back to twice a month to get my insulin is enough. I don't want to have to go once a week. So that's something people have to put up with. And some people just aren't willing to do it. at some point, it gets to, I don't like that. They're going to say, oh, you know what? I'm going to take the bus to go to the beach. It's an hour's bus ride. Okay, that's great. A little bit of an adventure, except when the bus is full and you have to wait for the next bus. And that might be another 2 hours. So your trip is screwed already. This has happened to people before. We know this. What I'm saying is it's a land where patience is a virtue. And men leave because it wasn't represented well. And when I say it wasn't represented well, I don't mean it was misrepresented. What I mean is that sometimes we tend to omit that there are issues, that it is a developing country, and that there are limitations. Okay? It's that simple. But that's the biggest reason that men are leaving, other than healthcare. Everything else, you can pretty much buy, rent, do whatever you want. Okay? But time is a big waster. And with that being said, what do you think? Do you have problems where you live wasting time in government offices? How many copies? It's funny. Here's something that's really funny. I'll say this quickly. Anything in the Philippines that needs your passport, they will take a copy. They will accept a copy. Okay? But if it needs your birth certificate, you have to have a certified copy. All right? That means it has a state seal on it. We order ours. Well, I order birth certificates from the U.S. I haven't had to in a long time, but usually 10 of them at a time. And they all come with seals. Okay? And the Philippines accepts them. But if I didn't, I would have to wait. And, sometimes you need multiples, especially if you're in the process of buying a condo, or if you're in the process of buying anything that requires documentation. You may need that. Sometimes not, but we've certainly run into that problem. But for a passport, they only need a copy because they know you can only get a copy. You can't get a duplicate original. Kind of weird, huh? They'll bend to that rule, but they won't let you Xerox a copy of your birth certificate. Crazy. All right. Either way, your comments, really want them. Really want to hear what you got to say. And we really want to make sure you have a great day. So thanks.